Hello everyone, my name is Mina. Today, I want to talk about the various prejudices that many people hold in their daily lives. There are more prejudices in everyday life than one might think. Let's take a closer look at 4 specific types of prejudices. The first is racial prejudice. Racial prejudice involves holding negative stereotypes or discriminatory views about certain races or ethnic groups. This can manifest as limited opportunities in the workplace or educational inequality. Particularly abroad, it can also appear as discriminatory police practices. To overcome this, education on race and legal policies against discrimination are necessary. The second type is gender prejudice. Gender prejudice includes stereotypes and discrimination related to being male or female. This can result in disparities in workplace promotions, salary, and educational work opportunities. Providing equal opportunities regardless of gender and implementing policies and education to promote gender equality are essential. Next, age prejudice. Age prejudice involves holding negative stereotypes or discriminating against people based on their age. This affects hiring, promotions, and educational opportunities in the workplace. Respecting abilities and experiences regardless of age and enacting policies to prohibit age-based discrimination are needed. Lastly, there is socioeconomic prejudice. Socioeconomic prejudice involves discrimination or stereotype based on a person's economic background. This can make in areas such as education, employment, and health, often resulting in unfair treatment of lower-income individuals. Ensuring fair opportunities and strengthen social safety nets can help address this issue. In conclusion, we have discussed various prejudices encountered in daily life. Prejudices impact social relationships and opportunities. Understanding and working to overcome these biases is essential for creating a fair and inclusive society. Efforts through education and policy responses are necessary to strive for a better future. Thank you for listening. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Hoyeon and Surin. Today, I want to explain our unconscious bias. First, self-centered thinking. Egocentric thinking refers to a way of thinking that evaluates a situation unconditionally in one's favor. This is a biased way of thinking that causes you to see yourself in a more positive light. For example, the tendency to think that if it were you, you would have scored a goal instead of the soccer player who just missed. Because of this, they believe that their own opinions and thoughts are objective, and they may not be able to properly understand the point of view of others. Second, in-group bias. Group sympathy bias is the tendency to make positive assessments of one's own group and negative evaluations of out-groups. This usually happens when you adapt your own opinions and behaviors to the group's opinions and actions. This can reinforce prejudice against different groups, such as race, gender, and occupation. Third, fundamental attribution error. The basic attribution fallacy refers to the tendency to over-rely on a person's inner character or characteristics and overlook environmental or situational factors when assessing another person's behavior. For example, if a driver cuts in, we are more likely to accuse him of being violent without considering the circumstances.
First, confirmation bias. Confirmation bias is the tendency to believe only information that supports your beliefs. You already hold and ignore information that contradicts them. It's the When a lawyer points to a suspect, they try to focus on the evidence that the suspect is guilty and does not accept the evidence that the suspect is innocent. This distorts objective judgment and hinders wise decision making. Fifth, stereotyping. Stereotypes are rigid ideas that don't change well, that determine people's behavior, or ideas that are known to be overly obvious. In most cases, stereotypes have no clear biases and are based on emotional judgments. Sixth, halo effect. Likability bias refers to believing that one positive trait of a particular person has a positive effect on all other traits, just by the fact that it has positive qualities going on. You can believe what the person says without doing much fact checking. For example, if you think people who look good are more competent or kinder. These prejudices occur unconsciously and affect our thinking and judgment. In order to have a fairer and objective perspective, it is necessary to consciously recognize and try to overcome it. Thank you for watching.
Hi, I'm Junso. Biases that many people have. First, what is bias? Bias is a tendency to believe that some people are better than others for unfair reasons. I will talk about some biases that people have. Some people think kids are rude to others, but not every kids are rude. Also, only following people on social media who shares their reports, or choosing news sources that present stories that support your views. Then, how can we avoid biases? Be aware of your unconscious bias and correct them is a good idea. And monitor your team's behavior and pay attention to bias linked to protected characteristics. Thank you for listening.
Hi, I'm Joe. Today I want to talk about prejudice. Have you ever heard of prejudice? Prejudice is a word that means an idea that is unfair and biased to one side. There are various prejudices in the world. I will introduce representative prejudice of gender, age, and race among many kinds of prejudice. When it comes to gender, many people have prejudice that men are not emotional and women are not rational. However, emotions and rationality do not depend on gender, but on individual, personality, and circumstances. Research shows that the frequency of men's emotional experiences isn't much different from that of women. There is no scientific evidence to suggest that women are not rational. An age-related bias is that it is difficult for older people to learn new skills. Learning ability may change with age, but the willingness to learn and the environment are more important factors in learning new things. Many studies have proven that people can learn new things enough because the brain's flexibility remains as they age. Lastly, the racial bias is that one race is superior to another. Differences in intelligence or disposition between races are scientifically groundless arguments. Everyone is an individual and has a variety of abilities and personalities regardless of race. This prejudice usually arises from misinformation and social environment and from a tendency to judge people collectively, ignoring differences in individuals. In order to overcome prejudice, it is necessary to understand people from various perspectives and to respect each other with an open mind. Thank you for listening.